Hello, Into the Darkness tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Pools of Darkness with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode was a two-parter, sort of double. I think I ended up putting them together, and we're never going back to that place again. So that was a terrible, terrible, terrible area, and let's never speak of it again. So now we're finally going to leave there. I'm going to hope that we don't run into any terrible encounters like that. I'm just going to chalk that last area up to probably because I didn't finish Cynthia's quest properly, and then that made the dungeon way harder than it should have been. I feel like if we had faked our own death so that Callistes thought we were dead, that area would have been much, much easier. And I assume that that's what it was meant to do. So that's what I'm going to go with. If the rest of this dungeon is super, super difficult, then sucks to be me. But for now, I've already returned the difficulty level to veteran because it's the fair level. If it turns out to be as terrible as the last sort of map, I might put it back down to easier, but we'll see how long we last. Now, I'm also interested if on the overworld, the second overworld map, if I'm actually not sure how quickly spells wear off. So I'm going to try Mind Blank because it has the longest duration of anything. I'm not sure if moving on the map takes up one turn or, like, you know, a day's worth of turn. So, just for interest's sake, if you look at Mind Blank here with, you know, 1,440 turns, let's see what happens when we move. Okay, 720 turns done in one step. So there's no point trying to buff for random encounters here. I had a feeling, but, you know. So let's just take the road. You spot pets of Callistes. Well, I just saved it, and I'm feeling like maybe we've got a chance. I have a feeling talking's not going to work, and they probably should be faster than us, so... Attack. These are not pet of Callistes. These are just giant spiders. They're just puny spiders. On the plus side, I do kind of like that the map is actually different out here. Like, this is a different, not that it really matters much, but the trees and plants and rocks and shrubs all look differently. That's cool. So if these are just petty little spiders, we're probably fine. A little bit far away. Oh, I should turn the speed up a little bit. Alright, we'll send like 2 people to each side. Veronica, you take the back group. And Christiana, you help out back there. And Pixel, I guess it's you and me against the guys up this way, but there's only 2, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Oops. Might have been able to make that work. There we go. Not like it makes much difference, but at least it lets you escape out and re-plot your movement if you sort of move in the wrong order. Almost got poisoned there. They tried. Alright, no problem there. Good. I'm glad I put the difficulty at normal, because that would have been very, very easy. Like, way too easy on recruit difficulty. You see some spiders. Maybe we'll try fleeing later, but let's see what the random encounters are like. Looks like the same thing, except there's a few different varieties here. Let's just let them come to us, so we can support each other this time. Also, it looks like there's a lava river here. That's kind of neat. That's cool. These are, like, in the overworld, there are rivers and bridges in these games, so this is actually pretty cool. Also, the phase spiders, you can't really attack after they've moved anyway, so there's not much point meeting them in the middle. Awesome. I feel like this is working pretty well. So it's new round. It might be worth trying to kill the phase spiders before they get an action. So I'm thinking maybe a magic missile these days. I don't know. Yeah, it's doing pretty good damage. It's one of those spells that just keeps scaling up and up and up. Alright, fella. Squishing spiders. Okay, unfortunately we're not going to be able to kill that phase spider this round. How did Roddica hit it? It should have phased out. Oh well, I'm not complaining. Okay, so it's not too bad. So, you know, because the map, the, sorry, what am I trying to say? The Gold Box Companion map kind of shows me where some of the areas are. We're just going to save a little bit of time by heading right to them, because all it's going to cost, like, you know, it's kind of cheating knowing where the areas are, but it's just a matter of randomly exploring every square on the map to find stuff if there's no like visual cue that that square had a rampart there. So we would have just had to walk everywhere to find stuff, and that's no fun. So let's just do it like this. But yeah, do enter. So this area looks exactly the same as the last one we were in. I don't like that. I mean, it's nice because I don't have to remap it, oddly enough. But I assume there'll be different events, so you kind of have to remap it anyway, like... Or this is exactly the same as that first area. That, I mean, it's a slightly smaller group, but yeah. Hold on a second, what? I'm just a little bit confused here. So, this is the lava ramparts. Okay, there are some specific events here. It's just the same map for all of them. Oh, that's annoying. And the same encounters. That's not what I wanted to hear. I really didn't want the encounters to be the same. It kind of sucks. I mean, there's not very many drow in this fight, but... I think I meant to do globe there, actually. Yeah. So, I think I might turn the difficulty back down if this is just what it's going to be like forever. We'll get through this fight normal at least, and then see how I feel. I was really hoping that I wasn't going to be fighting the same giant encounters randomly for this entire dimension. But it's not looking good. Ah! Why would you fail that save? No dispel magic, huh? Sure hope I can get this to fella. I'm not even sure if it'll work because it's choking. I don't think dispel magic would actually. Well, it might. I think you can dispel these. Sure, we're totally fine. I should have blinked out there too. How are they? There's still something really funky with that blink status effect. You're supposed to be untargetable after you take your action every round. And it doesn't seem to work quite the way I think it should. They just hit way too hard. I'm not next to Pixel. Maybe I should have had Fella heal him. Let's try to make sure he doesn't die. Alright, loads of experience, nothing good for loot. So that's the trouble with these, is all you get is experience that doesn't make much difference. And endless fights that are like really, really hard. And there's nowhere to rest, like... I cast the wrong spell, dang it. Alright, well, I apologize, but I'm going back on my beginning of the episode word. I'm gonna mind blank up, resist fire up, and it's really hard to keep Globe of Invulnerability on for an entire dungeon. I can't imagine you're meant to do that. Plus, we can't rest. Who designed this place? This is terrible. This is the worst dungeon ever. This whole dimension is just not very fun. So, I've got mind blank on myself. Let's put it on Rodica. And then Pixel has 3. That's Christiana, Pixel's himself, and Fella. I don't think anyone else has that spell, though. Not yet. Level 8, right? Eventually, we'll have a spare charge. And, I mean, some of the drow, I think, cast Fireball, so... we'll put that on at least. I mean, I'll do all of the in-game stuff you can normally do to make it easier. Enlarge lasts a pretty long time as well, so there's no reason not to get everyone super strong. That's one of the reasons I don't really consider having max strength on everyone that cheating. Because it's actually very easy to get basically everyone in the game to higher than your 18 strength anyway. Like, if I just rolled everyone's character with like 15 or 16 strength or whatever you got, we could still just set it to 22 almost constantly at this point in the game. Alright, well, those are most of the buffs. But yeah, I think it's just too much. Like I said before, I apologize if you think this is like way too much cheating, but I mean, come on. If you watch the last episode and this one, the encounters are just too much. I'm also going to mostly just walk straight to where the events are, now that I sort of know where they are. Somewhere around here. I thought. Okay, hold on. I thought I looked at the little mini-map here. This is the ramparts of lava. Oh, I went right past them all. Oh. We actually have to come back here later. Okay, sorry, just looking at this basic area. There might be a couple things we can do, but it's talking about some other character that we don't have. So, you actually could spend, like, that's part of the trouble here, right? Like, if you didn't know, you could come here, like I did, explore every space on here and miss most of it because you came here at the wrong time. That's fine. It's just some spiders. And they're gonna be really easy now. Unfortunately, this is the kind of encounter that I don't need to make easier, but unfortunately, because there's those other encounters that are just way too difficult, I kind of have to, right? Like, oh well, these don't give us really any experience, so it's not that big a deal. So, you know, we found some loot. Let's detect what it is, take it. It's a slight upgrade, but like, if everyone's got short bows +2, this isn't gonna make it much better. And then the bolts and the crossbow, like, it's slightly better, but it's nothing to worry about. What we need are shields and helmets and stuff. And yeah, so this is more like the encounter that I was worried about. So I'll fight it like normal, but, you know, because we've got the cheat tactics on, it'll be a little bit easier than it should be. Although, to be fair, you know, the enemies, all they have is less HP. They still have the same magic, the same attack. The one person with no mind blank gets confused. I'm glad we did resist fire, though. I mean, seems to work. But I mean, we are cutting through them twice as fast as normal. I don't know, maybe you guys all think that this is totally fair, and I'm just worried over nothing. It feels like it's cheating, but, you know. I feel like this many drow that all have super strong spells, with no real way to counter them, no way to interrupt them easily, is also cheating. I mean, we're still going to take a fair bit of damage here. Especially if we keep missing them. Yeah, I mean, they're still halfway killed the party already, basically. I think if the drow didn't have such ridiculously good magic resistance, I wouldn't have been so inclined to cheat like this. If they only had like 25% or something, but it seems like, I don't know, at least 50 to 60% of the time, they're just immune to whatever you try to do. It's so hard to interrupt them. Okay, I was 3 for 3 on that, but normally that's not how it works, you know. Shinga? Aren't paladins supposed to be immune to fear? Weird. Forced to flee and he still switched to his bow and killed somebody, so that's better. You'll be fine, fella. Good job. You're fine. Okay, so we survived. I guess we better do a little bit of healing, though. My worry is just that if there's no way to rest, and the battles are all like this, we really can't get very far before every cycle back to Elminster's. And that's an awful lot of backtracking for me to do. Like, it's hard to make these episodes make much progress if I spend half the time casting magic to buff or heal, and then I have to go back and rest. Oops. I have to go back and rest in between every couple fights. That's kind of my logic for trying to make these easier. It really could be that these fights here, where every time you're discovered, if you had... It's quite possible that if I'd done the introduction to this area properly, these encounters would not be happening to me. So yeah, there is a number 2 over here on the map. As you rest on cool tangle webs, some of your provisions vanish. A thief! Wonder what we lost. We didn't really have any money. Some of your provisions are lost? Like, I don't know. We better not have lost any actual gear. Weird. I have no idea what they could have stolen there. Southeast, they said. Well, let's check it out. You come upon a female drow battling spiders. Sure. She stole our stuff, and now she's fighting spiders. Is she in here? I don't actually even see her. Weird. Anyway, in these sorts of fights, it's not a big deal to just use some fireballs and wipe them all out, right? Like, it does mostly come down to enemy spellcasters with too much magic resistance. And iron golems that are just way too strong. You know, if we had our real equipment, it wouldn't be so bad. Against iron golems, anyway. But I mean, even like lowering their enemy's HP really doesn't make much difference against these spiders, because the fireballs would have killed them either way, right? Like, longsword +4. Alright. See, and that was like a quest encounter, right? Like, that's the kind of challenge the game means to give you, you'd think. And it was not even really anything to worry about. The drow returns the goods she had stolen. Before you condemn me, let me explain how we might serve one another. I am Denia. You may know my brother Darius. He is in league with Callistes. I do not know any of this. A cold one, him. When my daughter died at the testing grounds, Darius felt only embarrassment that a relative should fail the test. Now my son Hearn is there. Maybe he would succeed, maybe not. But the opportunity will not be his, for Darius intends to kill him to avoid the risk of further embarrassments. A glimmer of hope enters her eyes. Help me rescue Hearn. Please, I know a secret entrance. Sure. She bows before you. Good. When you're done looking around here, I'll take you to the testing grounds. Okay. Interesting. Because I hate the random encounters here so much, let me just see if there's anything else in this area. The ramparts of lava. I went to 1. I went to 3. This was 4. I should check out 2 and 5. But I mean, I think I missed something with... You know, I'm trying not to follow a walkthrough, so if I do things wrong, that's fine. It's just, you know, that whole thing with Cynthia really messed us up. Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Come on, Cone of Cold. Work. That was not great. Not great. Just for fun. You know, you never know when it's gonna work or not. At the very least, I should be able to... Oh, I didn't give her a bow. Dang it! Sorry, Erotica, I meant to give you a bow. So you could interrupt spellcasters. At least once in a while. Maybe this'll work, you never know. Stop them from holding... Good! Sometimes it works. There's a lot of spellcasting going on. Who knows? Sometimes it works. That's a pretty good target there. I guess you may as well try. Oh, there is one thing. And we can kind of see it here a little bit. So apparently, like, as your caster's level gets higher, you sort of ignore more of their magic resistance as you level up. That could be what that was all about. Like, Pixel is our highest level mage. So maybe it's really hard for the drow to avoid his magic. Also, Fella did 40 damage with magic there. Isn't that crazy? Blade Barrier did something. Oh, I forgot there's still one left. So, you know, I mean, yeah, they had less HP, but we got lucky enough with our magic that time that we would have been fine probably no matter what. Spiders approach and attack? This is nothing. I hope I haven't just messed up in a quest by killing these guys early. Because this is nothing. Shouldn't be me, but... Nothing. Is that it? So, let me just check what that event was supposed to be. That's number 2. Just fighting some spiders. See, sometimes I'm not really reading this. I'm just going to the numbers, right? And what happens, happens. But that way I know I've done everything in the area, and I don't have to fight quite as many random encounters. That's all my logic is. Tumblewebs blow past. One rattles. Well, of course, we investigate. Good job, Shinga. Something moves, so you spear it. Scale mail. Alright. Scale +4 is probably not going to be as good as Drow +3, but we can try. It's exactly the same. I don't know what the point is. I guess if you didn't pick up any Drow chain from all the hundreds of drow you've been killing this far along. Oh, also, I should give this to, was it Rodica? Or I forget. Yeah, she needed a bow to go with the arrows. Now, everybody's got a bow now, which is what I wanted. Okay, so that's probably everything that was in this dungeon. It says, oh, well, that's convenient. Denia leads you to the testing grounds and shows you through a secret entrance. Well, I'm happy with this at least. We are near the sacred grounds. Guards patrol the area. Cool. Let's temporarily turn the level back to normal just to see. Maybe there won't be anything too obnoxiously strong in this dungeon. Don't quit to DOS, though. Alright, so... do we still have Mind Blank and all that? Luckily, that didn't get wiped out, even though I think we traveled overland quite a few steps. I think the trading grounds was a fair ways from that place. Well, at least we've got Mind Blank, resist fire, right? Fire resistant and large. So those are like the long-lasting spells. I guess like shield lasted pretty long time too, didn't it? I still don't know if this does anything. Yeah, shield lasts long enough that we can sort of cast it ahead of time here. Shield, enlarge, mind blank. That's pretty good. For random encounters, geesh. And unfortunately, Shinga can't. Okay, let's give this a try. So, I guess we'll go this way. I don't know. This room is dark. You hear breathing. A barracks full of sleeping guards. Can we kill them all? Probably surprise round, right? It better be a surprise round. Also, again, look, not a random encounter, a set encounter has an acceptable number of enemies on it. It's really just those random encounters that are way too strong. So I'm expecting this is probably a free round for us to kill as many as we can. I don't think the enemies are going to get a chance to move here. So we should try to kill the priests as many as we can. Like, interrupting them all is not correct. The goal here is killing them so that next round there's fewer that need to be interrupted. So now there's 5 targets. Hopefully we can interrupt all of them before they get our spells off. Like, we just interrupted 2 right there. I'm gonna go for the priest specifically. And Fella can go after the wizard, sorcerer, sorry. We did get a backstab, that's always good. Alright, so this was perfect. This is exactly... like, I didn't have to use any magic. Just a little bit of careful movement and attack orders, and you just wipe them all out. That's how I like to do battles. Now, I should check... because this was like a set encounter, right? Rather than a random. There could be stuff here that's worth taking. Fine longbow. There we go. And a silver shield. I needed some shields. That's really good. Okay, let's check these out at the bottom then. Check the stuff out at the top. Alright, ring of protection. This stuff's not going to be worth it. But... fine longbow +2. Oh man, that's the best bow in the entire game that we've seen. And if it wasn't enchanted, this would have been like one of the few things we could have taken out of here that would have been an upgrade. And we could have finally tested if fine bows got destroyed in the limbo. That's a shame. I'm gonna give this to Shinga because he doesn't really have magic, and it's kind of his cover. The shield, though, I'm just gonna drop this stuff. We should join these together to save a little bit of space while we're down here. I'll just give this one to Fella for now. I really need a lot of those shields, though, so hopefully we can find a few more as we travel around. Alright, well that was a good upgrade. That was worth it. A really good bow. So we've got a really good long-range sort of interrupting attack for Shinga that will probably not miss very often. So that's really good against enemy spellcasters if there's just, you know, not a million of them. Oh, you can rest! Alright, things are not bad. Alter level. Yeah, good. Keep it on veteran. As long as we can actually rest somewhere in one of these dungeons, that covers a lot of my anger. So difficult encounters, as long as you have somewhere to heal up, that's fine. I still think they're too difficult, and I do need to remember to save all the time, or else we're going to lose progress, but that's fine. Okay, back to normal Ankylo. We're totally fine. No more saltiness needed. You see 2 armed drow. They don't see you. Kill them. Rodica, you're the thief. That's probably your job. Rodica easily dispatches them. Cool, you got some bonus XP for that. I wonder if these are magic as well. I might want a cloak, you know. Cloak of protection +2. And a not quite as good dagger. Unfortunately, this doesn't work. You know what? I should have kept one of those rings. I betcha bracers plus the cloak plus the ring would have been better than, well, +1 better. So if I can find another one of those ring of protection +1s, that's a small upgrade for me. Anybody that doesn't want to use the chain, basically. But we need lots of protection stacking to make the bracers worth it, basically. The enclosure contains pens filled with Drider. The Drider shriek, "Who are you?" You explain your quests. The Drider laugh, "You'll die unless you release us." Okay. I mean, we're working with one of the drow right now, so I guess it's fine. I feel like we missed the start of this quest and we're sort of picking it up from the middle, but, you know, whatever goes, goes. We get some experience for freeing some Driders. As you free them, they dance about in glee. You see me, I see you. What you see may not be true. Do I say false? Do I speak lies? Doubt and you'll be certain. Mistrust and you are wise. They run from the pen. They could have taken the spiders with them. No electric spiders allowed. Oops, that was a mistake. I meant to move south. I meant to move through like that, and press the wrong button. At least Fella has the shield, so he's the right one to be up front like that right now. I'll probably give the next shield to Shinga, if we find a second. Okay, nothing really to worry about. Those kind of encounters we're fine with. You see no sign of the guards you dispatched? I guess the Driders ate them. Seems like the sort of thing they'd probably do. Alright, and then another small group of guards. Look at this! I don't even mind. Not 20 iron golems. That's all I need. I'll keep using some Cone of Colds for a little bit longer. Hopefully this doesn't kill, like, Pixel or anything. We missed one, but it worked on everything except one, so that was a pretty good cone. Alright, one spell, one win, I'm fine with that. I don't think anything here is going to be worth taking, because they're not magical cloaks. I will pick up one spare bracers, because if we start finding more good cloaks of protection, these bracers AC4 might be worth it if we can get enough rings and cloaks, basically. Oh, more armed drow. Sure. Well, Rodica, you did good last time. Easily. I mean, what's the point of being like a level 20 thief if you can't backstab some unaware guards? Looks like we got another cloak. I need to get those rings now, for sure. The enclosure contains pens filled with Drider. Alright, free them again. They dance about in glee. Find the door, the way to the maze. They run from the pen. So it seems like they're just giving us some sort of riddles solutions or something. Every time you free some of them. Like, there must be some sort of... Well, there was like a trial up here, right? That's what the whole point with this drow quest, I think. Guards polish their weapons. A barracks. They have not even noticed! Wow, we're doing really well at ambushing everything in this area. So I assume we're on another ambush round. It would be nice if the game told you that you've got a free round or something. Like, it sort of hints, but it doesn't really explain it all that well. Should have a backstab here. That should have been a backstab, I say. Okay, they either went really, really quickly, or this was not an ambush round after all. Well, let's, I don't know if I'm going to be able to interrupt them. I need somebody else besides me. I'll try. At least I got one. Alright, finish the priests. So far, our luck is holding. Oops, that was technically a mistake. Alright, we're all good. We're barely taking any damage at all. Let's see, is there anything... Oh, rings! And a silver shield! Yes! We're finally getting some loot that actually is worth it. Detect magic. I guess we should share the money, although I don't think there's any use holding on to it. So, another fine longbow and another silver shield. So, the silver shield and the fine longbow are definitely worth holding on to. And there is a ring, so I'm going to give that to me. I'm just going to keep it. And assumedly I can get slightly better AC here. Even if it's only a +1 ring. I don't know. I don't think 1 AC is worth blinking at, actually. So I'll tell you what, we'll give these to Rodica, who does not have a ring of blinking. And maybe I'll just try to stay out of the fight, out of the way. The ring of electrical immunity probably doesn't even work, so... I actually could have kept one of these for now, I guess. Switch to bracers from chain. There you go, slightly better AC. It's not a big deal. Guarantees your thief skills will work, though, although they should work with drow chain. And then Shinga, silver shield, and a fine longbow. I might just get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, let's not bother with all of the bolts and stuff. Just too many inventory items to work with at that point. And the scale mail is not good enough either. And then we won't need this anymore. And you won't need this either anymore. Okay, so Shinga and Fella have a little bit more acceptable armor class. Bodies litter the floor. Now we can rest. Much nicer dungeon than the other ones. So I'm thinking these red doors might be like more important. So maybe I'll save that room for a little bit later. Maybe check the eastern side of this area out. I should probably save it though again, because, you know, you never know when you're going to run into something that is potentially unwinnable, I guess. So what if we'd gone the other direction from the entrance? Again, yeah, I bet you these are like... You know, I bet you there's 4 of these rooms with these shields in them, right? Maybe? Come on, I want more shields. You see a lizard pinned to the wall by knives. A friendly game in a drow barracks. Yeah, if this is all like ambush style and they all give us the same loot, this is really good. Like, this is really worth doing. I'm gonna try to get a backstab on her, actually. Here we go. I'll just wait. Okay, it's a new round. How many fireballs have I got? I got lots of fireballs. Sure. That was not a very effective fireball. You know, I'd also be acceptable with enemy resistance if it was like, say they had like 75% magic resistance, and then every spell level, like level 1 spells, like a magic missile was resisted, you know, 3 times out of 4. But then, let's say level 2 magic was like, I don't know, minus 5% or minus 10%. So the idea is by the time you get to like level 9 magic, the drow wouldn't really be resisting it much, because it's such a high level spell. You know, like, I think that might be more fair. You wouldn't have as many charges of the really high level magic, but it's also very difficult to resist because it's supposedly such a high level spell. Alright. XP and... yeah, it's gonna be the same thing, isn't it? Nice. Alright, well, Pixel, you get yourself... someone's got to detect magic, but you get yourself a handy-dandy new shield and a bow. And then the ring, I don't know. We might be getting more cloaks, so... it didn't work for me because I like the Ring of Blinking, but anybody else could theoretically do that combo if we have enough cloaks. For a slight buff. And fire resistance doesn't matter too much because we can just cast resist fire. Just pass this over for now. I mean, it's only 1 AC difference, but when we're fighting those iron golems, you know, every little advantage we can get will help. Alright. That's looking better. I like that. I like -6 a lot more than -2. Also, I should at least keep that equipped. Alright. Was there anything else? None of that is anything we need, I don't... That's just monster drop. Monster leavings. Alright, we got ourselves another resting area. And then... oh, a guard battle. Sure. Well, I have to say I'm a lot happier with this area than the last 2. For just the random battles. Not an ambush this time. Pay attention. Finish him. So far, so good. They had 1 chance. They did not make much out of it. Oops. I was trying to go for a backstab, but yeah, it was the wrong turn. Okay. And... this was a random guard battle, just a patrol. But probably this room, or these guys, will give us another cloak, right? Go, Rodica. Seems to be easy. So we really don't need these daggers, and the cloak +2 is only worth it if you also have bracers and... it won't interfere with his shield, unless we start finding better armor. Eventually, we could just replace everyone's drow chain with a cloak, a ring, and some bracers. So it's only +1 difference, and you need all the rings and everything for it to work in the bracers. But we can get lots of bracers of AC 4. That's not a problem. The enclosure contains pens filled with Drider. Same idea. Free. They dance about. They didn't give us any riddle tips this time. So this would be the normal entrance, I guess? I think you've got the hang of this. So I gave Pixel 1. Let's give a cloak here. Free some more Driders. Now we've freed all the Driders. Be smart or a riddle will cut you in two. It's the bane of your life to miss it. I really should have been like writing those down, to be honest, because it's probably pretty important. And then this should be another barracks. You smell something rank. Chow time. And given that we could be, theoretically, we could be resting up all this time. This is actually not even that difficult of a dungeon in terms of ability to recover spells and stuff. It's fine, we can miss a couple on the ends. It's a pretty good spell. Basically killed them all before they had a turn. That's pretty good. Alright, and this should get us a bit of money again, and another ring +1, silver shield. The silver shields are so good. And the fine longbows, if we ever want to use ranged attacks, that's the key. So Pixel would have needed another ring, and the bracers. Should probably detect magic, I guess. And then now, because we've got all three of these, essentially, we can switch over like this again. And that puts him at -7 even. That's pretty good. I might give the next shield to me, although I don't know if we're going to find any more of those. But still, that was a great start. 4 of those shields. That helps. That's a big difference. Nice to see some, actual upgrades, finally. Been stuck in this web dimension for too long already. Alright. Another area cleared. Good. So, this, maybe a secret exit or something, whatever. Probably gonna have to split this in two, though. Need a short break. But like I've been saying, I'm a lot happier with this dungeon than I was expecting, let's say. I'm always hoping to enjoy it. Alright, good resisting, everyone. Easy. Yeah, this is definitely a better first area to enter in the drow dimension than the smaller areas. Like, this big map is actually a much better starting location. So I'm just trying to map out some of this a little bit before we go into these orange doors. It all seems to connect up fairly nicely. I get the feeling that the lower area or the central area is the big one. So let's do these small ones first. See what happens in there. And then we'll probably end the episode with the rest. You enter a richly decorated room containing a low table, on which rests a stone basin and a web-draped wand. Take care! This is the room of Balia, the other High Mage. You fear a trap, but the item on the table beckons, burning themselves into your mind. It's totally a trap, guys. Journal 2-8. The Mirror of Callistes. The table is made of black marble. Veins of white quartz run through it, catching the light and breaking it into coruscations of color. Rainbow threads weaving across its surface. On the table are 2 items. The first is a simple porcelain basin, its finish smooth and depthless. The basin is filled with some sort of heavy liquid, its surface like quicksilver. Next to the basin lies a short wand, about the length of a man's forearm. Its shaft is made from a single quartz crystal. At first the crystal appears gray and impure, but on closer inspection, the gray resolves into separate strands as though the web has been spun inside. The crown of the wand is a blood-red stone. Power throbs within, beckoning. It's too tempting. So I get the feeling this is your classic. There's two choices. One is the obvious trap, and the other is the one you're supposed to take. Let's take the basin. Eyes appear in the basin's depths. A cruel mouth laughs. I have you now! Maybe I was wrong. Alright. Look, I thought I was being clever. Apparently, every time I think I'm being clever in this game, I'm wrong. So, I need to go against my natural gut, I guess. I'm overthinking it or something. I can't hit very many of them with the fireball, but... Still, could have gone a lot worse. I feel like maybe our fireball or fire protection's worn off. That's always fun. Could have been a lot worse, though. We're fine. Alright. Probably nothing that we need. I guess we could hold on to another set of bracers until, just in case we find more cloaks and stuff. It's possible. So, did I pick the wrong choice? Is that the idea here? You enter an opulent room. Denia points to a staff propped against the wall. That's Darius's staff. He is near. Attack! I figured I'd be clever. Yeah, I gotta stop being clever. We should just hid. Alright, delayed blast fireball. Go. It's not even that big of a group, but... burn them! Not that great, but... got a few. Interrupted most of them. No backstab opportunities, sadly. Technically, you could probably get like a double backstab if you set it up really carefully. Apparently, even a miss will set up a backstab. That's nice to know. Wasn't sure about that one. Alright, so this could have stuff in it. Yeah, it's got stuff in it. Give me treasure! We should at least check the bow. I guess we haven't really fought champions down here, so maybe they've got better stuff. I don't know. Darts. Probably not worth it. Unless they're darts of hornet nests. We'll test the stuff at the bottom at least. Not going to be good enough. Composite bow +4 is pretty good, but we got all these fine bows now, right? Like, I haven't really used them, but if we ever need a ranged attack, those are going to be really nice. Some boring darts. Wait. I thought they were all magical. This is magical, but it's not identified. Maybe they are darts of hornet's nest. I'll try them out. And then just standard drow chain and sword, no big deal. We got lots of arrows. Lots of arrows, really. Tons of arrows. And then this longbow's not very good. Okay. We'll throw away the normal darts because we've got better arrows and bows anyway, but the other darts might be something special. Alright, I think that's it. Probably not worth checking out too much else here. Good. So, did we kill her, I guess? Hopefully, that's one sort of boss encounter dealt with. Or some such. Electric spiders. Whoever invented electric spiders. Jeez. Alright. Note to self. Focus down the electric spiders a bit better in the future. We almost got Pixel killed because I was just rushing this fight. Alright, so before... I want to end the episode, but I'd like to do this one last room on the left. And now that I know we can rest up, it's not such a bad idea. We can just spam some heal spells to do this a little bit quicker. I don't have to be, like, frugal. Oh, I didn't have enough spells. Just heal me up so I don't have to get killed by a boss, just in case there's another boss. Save it, and hold on. One more quick room. Let's check out what's in here. You enter the grandest room of all. A regal elf speaks to an underling. That is Locast, the great mage, hisses Deniak. You creep closer, wanting to hear. I sure do. 55. Go now to the antechamber. By the mirror of Callistes, you will find my ward of safe passage to her parlor. Is that what I was supposed to grab? Bring it to the altar room, for I will have need of it after the ceremonies. Shest told me he senses blasphemers in our midst, and I would go to Callistes to ask her aid in hunting them down. Would that I might leave now, but Hearn is ready and cannot wait. He must try his will against the great spider. Let his fate be swift and just. Alright. So, now that I know, can I, like... Maybe, have I messed this quest up forever by going the wrong way again? That's potentially bad. Anyway, conveniently we can just rest it up quick here. Let me just double check. I'm not happy if there's permanently messed up quests again. So this is the, this is a big one. This is the drow testing ground that we're going through. So number 6 is what I'm curious about. The Room of Balia, Scrying Mirror, and the Ward. If you touch either item, you don't get it. Okay. Number 7. Okay, maybe something in the middle gets us the Ward. I feel like if touching either one makes them both disappear, then I didn't mess it up. So it's just a matter of we got to keep dungeoning to get what we want. But maybe I should be saving in multiple slots, like save an A slot for entering a dungeon and then only save in B while you're in the middle until you know you haven't messed it up. Because I'm just worried that, and you know, this is an old game. They might have not programmed it for every possibility of going the wrong areas first, you know. Anyway, we're going to take a break here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll finish off the training grounds next episode. See you there.